We're not live, are we?
Yes, we are.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Sorry. It was somewhat muted, but
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, I was just...
That's a lovely... I keep coming up with new random ways to introduce myself. Hello, Internet. I have a cider.
Yep.
So...
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Alright, for anyone who is not watching last time, we finished off fighting the boss known as Nightmare, got the gravity suit, and now are in Sector 4, which is full of water. And because I've played this game before, I know that we now need to release the level 4 lock in order to actually get back to the main game, because we need to get into this data room over here, which has a missile that they sent, but that nobody told me about. Which, well, I won't spoil why they didn't tell me about it. Get out of here, you crap. There we go. Power bomb! I remembered. Boing. So now I need to go exploring through this watery area. The good news is I don't need to move at the speed of molasses anymore because I have a suit made of gravity.
A suit made of gravity?
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Actually, let's see what's in here.
A tunnel, secret tunnel, secret tunnel. Yes, I feel almost obligated to sing that song.
Controller.
Oh dear. No, oh no.
I swear this only happens when I'm playing on the Switch. It's like I go out to exercise and this rarely happens. I don't know why it is this one controller. Is it because my fingers are pushing some button or something on the sides?
For a little bit of context, he actually, like, he takes the Switch with him when he goes exercising. Like, he'll take it portably.
Yes.
Because for a minute, we're like, when you said, I swear this only happens when I'm when I'm playing. It's like, yeah, that's usually how you use the Switch. You usually are playing it.
Sorry.
I got you.
I meant when I'm like playing in docked mode compared to handheld.
That's fair. That makes a little bit more sense now. You know what's really funny?
What?
Were you shooting fireballs, or was someone shooting fireballs? I feel like somebody was shooting fireballs, and it's really, really funny for that to be happening underwater. Look at that, like there's explosions coming out of your gun.
Yep.
Like the lasers.
Wildly screams physics into the void.
Oh, yeah. Dear God, you're hoping the void does not scream back. I feel like that could be very, very problematic.
The only thing it would scream would be oh yo 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 yo. It would be screaming the troll song.
How do you know what it would be screaming? Has the void screamed back at you before? Is there something you're not telling me? Have you been in contact with the void?
I can neither confirm nor deny those accusations. What is the point of coming up here other than fighting that giant shark thing?
Getting to witness a beautiful clam in the background. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous purple.
Oh, I see.
Look at that gorgeous purple clam. Oh, hey, man. And then fighting an evil, potentially hello? Like an interesting looking seahorse.
Yeah, well, I can go both ways.
Ooh, oh.
I don't remember ever being able to go this way. But power bombs, hooray! I just realized I have like 30 of them now.
Yes, you do.
Or maybe more, depending on when I recharge. I don't remember ever having so many.
That's a lot of boomy eggs.
Okay, I remember now. This is the way I need to go because I think that other route to that room had a red door. And I still need to unlock the red doors. You know, Red Team, always being so difficult.
Yeah. What you want to hit? Okay, so whose fault is it more likely to be? Sarge or Simmons?
Sarge.
Sarge, yeah, that's fair.
Yep, red door.
Yeah, Sarge usually makes things difficult like that.
Alright, let's get some healing.
Look at all those crabs that you just killed.
Yep, free healing.
Yay.
Oh. I think there's... Okay, I remember now. I need to do this, but then I need to not absorb them so they can go over there and form golden crabs, which then I can kill. And that unlocks this door down here for some reason. I don't know why. That's a mechanic of some of the later areas where it's
very random thing. Like, how would you know to do that if you haven't played the game before?
I don't know, and the only reason I know that is because there was a later section after some big story events later in the game that in order to get to the Ridley boss fight, you need to use the power bomb or your beam attack, which can travel through walls by that point, to get to kill certain enemies, but then rather than absorb the X, let them form golden space pirates for you to defeat.
Can we also just appreciate, just of course, you know, we saw Ridley. He was a frozen mass, like almost a skeleton in this station. And if I remember correctly, didn't he like break apart when you took something?
He broke apart when the X burst out of him.
Yeah, he broke apart when the X burst out of him. You know, he is in pieces. And of course, somehow he's gonna find a way to become a boss fight.
Well, the thing that broke out of him was a core X, which is what the bosses are that give new abilities. Okay. And so what happens is that core X has Ridley's DNA now, and so later on it is going to form essentially a brand new Ridley. Oh. Yeah, and I do remember watching a video recently where apparently Ridley is I think cloned, which is how he's able to show up so many times, because the space pirates keep cloning him, supposedly. or repairing him with robotic parts, or, you know, all that jazz.
Well, you know, this X Ridley may actually be organic. Or have any organic things, unlike the one that were we talking about this in Prime? Were we wondering just how much of him was even organic anymore?
Yes.
The answer is potentially none.
Well, there were definitely some parts of him that were organic, because there is a fully robotic Ridley that you fight in Metroid Zero mission, and he was not fully robotic in Metroid Prime. I can confirm that much. I don't know if they're going to bring him back as a robot for Metroid Prime 2, or if they do, but I do know I think a less robotic version shows up in Metroid Prime 3 in a I think when you're I remember when it's like an early boss fight when you're like falling down a really long shaft and you have to defeat him before you hit the bottom. But then he comes back again as a penultimate boss, and now he's definitely part robotic and is also, what's it called? He's also has the abilities of Phazon, so.
Oh yeah, because of course. How many ways? I feel like the Metroid series now could just comfortably be called, how many ways can we make Ridley more problematic?
Yeah, well, to be fair, he doesn't show up in every game. I mean, the most recent game, Metroid Dread, doesn't actually have him.
Yeah, because they probably need to fix it and make him. You know why? You know why? Because they probably ran dry on ideas of how to make it more problematic, so they need to delay and have a brainstorm session.
Oh, I cannot get through that thing until I have the screw attack. And these little guys down here cannot be killed either. They can be frozen, which is important, because you see how they puff up like that?
Yeah.
That actually blocks. That's why you need to unlock level 4 doors and go through the to the data room. Because these guys have now popped up in locations where they weren't before and are blocking your way forward.
Yeah, when you
I do know, like I said, I do know there is a special way to get around them and not go to the data room, but I do not know what that is. Okay, sorry, you were saying?
It was funny because when you say that they, you see how they pop up like that? I didn't realize at first that they expanded. For some reason, I thought the game was working with the mechanic that, if you froze them, they would expand a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Nah, sorry,
That's what ice does in real life.
That would be cool, but unfortunately, that is not the case.
No, and then I saw that one actually like expand, and then you froze them, and he would just turn blue. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense with what they usually do both in video games and what they have done in this game so far. But it would be pretty awesome. Because, I mean, yeah, you know, that's how Ice does that in real life.
Okay, I can defeat these things using the speed boost, so I'm gonna head back up and do that with that other one I saw. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, you need to freeze these guys so that way they can't puff up so you can get past, and you need the missile upgrade to do that because it lets you charge your missiles, and then when you fire it, it'll release a big wave of ice all around, and then basically freeze everything nearby. But you can't, but the way that the guys are positioned later, you can't actually do that. Well, you can actually see on this little puffer guy over here. He's in a divot, so you can't actually hit him before he puffs up.
Oh, that's what we call it. That's clever game design right there.
Yep.
Da, da, da.
Nintendo was well known for it back in the day.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm trying to charge up the speed boost.
I know what you were doing. It was just so like practice. I didn't want to find it funny, but it was pretty funny.
It is.
Like that, like trying to get your speed boost bombs right into Metroid.
Not a Metroid, but yes.
A thing, a blobby thing, an X.
An Exy Blobby. A shell-shocked Exy.
Hang on, I gotta think of names for this guy. I gotta think of a name for this guy. Oh wait, I think that's what I think that was the Shellman. Is that the one I called the Shellman?
I don't think so. Sorry.
Okay.
No, come back. There we go. Okay, I do have 32 power bombs.
Alright, what can I call this guy?
Okay, what else do I need to do? Okay, so there's a speed boost thing over there. If I can't get over there.
I'm gonna call it Abari.
Abari?
Yeah, it's one of the Zelda enemies. The Bari are jellyfish monsters. You see them in Jubby Jubby's belly in Ocarina of Time. They're the jellyfish monsters that release electricity. Somehow it feels a little bit appropriate for, while I know these guys are the jellyfish, they seem somewhat bloody. They live in an aquatic environment, and they send out lasers that are certainly made of some sort of electricity. Yeah. Sure, and also, I don't have any other ideas at this moment.
Whee! Boing.
How far into the game do you think you are?
Oh, very far. I think that after this we go to Sector 6, at which point a major story event happens. Okay. And then I think that we essentially enter Sector 1 and need to fight Ridley. But close. But Ridley himself he is as usual the penultimate boss. And after you defeat Ridley, you get the screw attack, and that allows you to destroy a number of walls throughout the game that, I guess it's not speed boost I need. There are a number of walls in the game that need the screw attack that essentially allow you to get to other sectors. And once you do that, and once you defeat Ridley, if you return to a navigation room, you will then need to go to the final boss. And so, what the screw attack does is it lets you revisit every sector before going to the navigation room to go to the final boss. Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. Diffusion missiles.
Yay!
Hold charge with R and press B to fire.
You think we'll finish it?
Possibly.
Oh.
And that is how you get through. But I'm gonna head back this way to shoot that one wall.
Yeah.
Case in point, here is a transfer between sectors 4 and 6.
Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
Yes, there are lots of secret tunnels around. But, as you can see, you cannot get through because you need the screw attack. And so yeah, the screw attack, while being a staple of the Metroid series and an incredibly good ability in its own right, I feel like for Metroid Fusion, its basic goal is to allow you to travel back to all the old sectors to try and get 100% of the items before triggering the final boss, if you so choose.
Yeah.
I have never actually managed to find everything.
It kind of feels like a, I think in TV tropes it's referred to as, like, maybe a game breaker? Maybe not so much, but a game breaker is usually an ability that you get it and it's like, it just basically lets you be like super overpowered.
Well, yeah, almost all the enemies that I haven't been able to kill, I'm pretty sure that almost all of them can be killed instantly using the screw attack. Almost any enemy in the game can be killed using the screw attack, save for the final bosses. Yeah, final bosses can easily shrug it off. Well, to be fair, one of the final bosses is, well, the SAX, of course, and that guy has his own screw attack, so.
Yeah. Also, too, you just, if a final boss is gonna be able to be, you know, one hit KO'd by your,
by an attack, you're doing final bosses wrong.
Yeah, you're doing final bosses wrong. I like that.
Alright, let's head back to the navigation room. It's time to go fight a familiar robot.
Okay.
Do you remember that, Mr. Robot?
Yeah. The one that I was like thinking like, oh god, Nightmare was actually the robot again.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he's back for real this time.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the friendly navigator will explain. Oh, after he locks me in.
Okay. I'm setting it.
You upgraded your missiles? That's unusual. There was no word from HQ. A procedural error, I'm sure. Even so, I did not approve bypassing security of level 4. From now on, you will use more discretion. In any case, Samus, do you remember the security robot you faced earlier? I believe the X have infected it.
Because of course they have.
That is to say, they have claimed the organic components that form its neural network. Okay, that's kind of creepy. Why did you make the robot with a human brain? But regardless.
Well, at the very least, I mean, it doesn't have to be a human brain. It says organic neural network. Almost all creatures have some level of organic.
I know, but this is a robot, so.
You never know.
Okay, that's fair. But it has entered Sector 6 knock. I don't know what it's planning, but let's not wait to find out. Samus, you know what to do. Yes, go kill the thing, get a new ability.
Yeah, go kill the thing. Go to the thing, turn on the nightlight.
Objective clear? Yes. To Sector 6. Quickly! Quickly! Meanwhile, dramatic music plays in the background.
She's gonna have more introspection.
Not this time.
Nope. Quiet Samus time. Phew. Phew. Yeah, I mean...
I think you only come to Sector 6 twice in the main game, and both times, well, it's a little creepy. The security robot, it seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me. Be careful. But we have another problem.
Of course we do.
Once you're done, leave Knock immediately.
Oh dear.
The SAX is tracking you. Objective clear?
Oh no.
Don't stay longer than you must. Understood?
Oh dear.
So the SAX is trying to find me for some reason.
Hasn't the SAX been trying to find you for a lot of the game?
I think so,
I mean,
but I think it's also mostly been patrolling like certain data rooms to try and stop me from getting in there, or trying to lure me into traps.
Yeah, like in what?
I think she means that now it's more actively, like it's not like just patrolling Sector 2 to try and stop me from getting to a data room. It's now.
It's not actively laying, and it's not laying traps like that.
Yeah, it's now actively trying to find me. If that makes sense.
I guess it does, but
it's still a little bit odd.
I guess the methods themselves are different, and that's what the AI is trying to tell you. But it's the way he was talking made it seem like the goals may be different. Like, look, we don't really know what the heck is going on with this, but she's been trying to find Samus
for a while.
And yeah, like, no, she's still trying to find Samus. To do what with her, we don't know, but like...
Well, kill her, most likely.
Kill her, absorb her, I feel like there's a lot of answers. I mean, this thing is completely alien. Who the heck... And it's gained a lot of intelligence over the course of the game. Who knows what it wants?
Yeah. Oh, I still can't destroy that, but I can get past this wall finally.
Yay. The little things in life, they're getting through walls.
Yeah, but it means I'm also now completely off the map. As usual. And let's just check to see if there's any breakable walls. Oh.
Oh, look, you're even more off the map.
Oh, I need speed boost to get through that.
Okay.
Which there's not enough run-up room, which is why you need to use the screwdriver. That's intentional to happen, and as you can see by the color of the bricks, it's made so that way you can't go back.
I'm sorry. Just when you landed, you had a moment where you didn't do anything.
I need to be able to shoot through walls to get through here.
When you landed, you had a moment where you didn't do anything, and it just said this. I don't know why. I don't know why it was funny. You're just like, well, that was the epitome of, well, we've done all we can do.
Fair. Alright. I feel like there might be something secret here. No. Okay, let's move on.
I don't remember what I was doing. My best guess would be, well, we've done all we can do actually comes from my sister when we were playing Wing with her. It tended to be what we said whenever we, like, messed up something, or we got lost.
I seem to remember you doing that with my brother a bit too.
Yeah, probably. I got it from my sister. She was definitely the one to coin it, and she was also the one to kind of give the little, almost deadpan delivery, like, well, we've done all we can do.
Yep, red door. Oh, what's this?
Ooh,
caution, keep out.
The glowy.
No entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
I can't get through until I can shoot through walls, but...
No entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
Why is she still saying it?
Either because someone's trying to get in, or it's a warning, but the problem is, if the SAX is near, it is definitely going to hear it.
Yeah.
And I heard an explosion, so...
Oh my god!
Don't worry, this boss is actually extremely easy.
Are you gonna just drop bombs on him?
No, I'm gonna stand right here.
Okay. Be a monkey, be a monkey, be a very, very monkey.
Oh, I can shoot missiles now, though. Ow. And yes, that water is electric.
It also does kind of make a little bit of sense considering this is in the water.
Yes. And look at how damaged it still is.
Something tells me the X don't necessarily care about the upkeep of your
of the robot.
Yeah, like here, you know.
You can actually see it. It does look like it has a brain in it.
Yeah. Pay a little attention to the care and upkeep of your possessed robot. And so it's probably just be like, hey, this makes it functional, this makes it lethal, let's do our best. And we'll just keep going until this happens, and you're just like, why are you like this?
Yeah, I am going to be sad to see my current laser beam appearance go, but you know, gotta upgrade.
Oh god, there's the brain, hello.
And I can now go in the water safely.
Drinking walls, running into water.
being able to move freely through water.
Being able to move freely
There it
through
is.
water.
Wow. Wave beam ability recovered. Beams now penetrate walls. What?
I'm still remembering the well, we've done all we can do. I particularly remember her.
Watch this.
Yeah. I particularly remember my sister saying it when I think the best part was, do you remember those reefs you had to do in well, you didn't really have to, but the reefs that you could do in Wind Waker, the ones where you would take out take out all the wall cannons, take out the boats, and then once you destroyed all the exploding stuff, with more explosives, ironically enough, then a treasure chest would appear, and you could use your Deku Reef to fly over and get it. Well, here's the thing, if you time the jump, or you jumped from the wrong side of the wall, it was quite easy to fall in the water.
That figures.
And I just remember, I don't know, for those of you who are watching, I don't know how many of you all have played Wind Waker, but that Link has very, very strong expressions. I mean, he's like a cartoon, he's cel shaded, so when he lands in the water, he looks so disgruntled. He looks so disgruntled. He's got the biggest frowny face on ever, so...
Yep. Okay, we're about to enter an unauthorized area, supposedly.
So she'd land, and then my sister would just look at the water, turn the camera over to look at that grumpy face, and be like, "Well, we've done all we can do," and then just start swimming her way
Yeah.
back to
Did
the
you
boat.
see the name of the area?
No, I didn't.
Restricted zone.
Of course.
Yep. So that's.
Yeah. Every time I say that in that tone of voice, I just think about that moment.
Yeah. Let's.
We had a lot of fun playing that game together.
No exit.
No entry without authorization.
Let's just.
Oh dear.
Metroids.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be extinct. Samus killed the last one, and then the DNA from the baby Metroid is what saved her.
Okay.
But if they had the DNA sequence,
Like they may have from her samples, right?
it's...
Because doesn't she have at least some Metroid stuff going on inside of her?
Well, that was the thing.
Like
They did that. No, that was the vaccine. Remember, so they
Yeah,
had to have
right.
made the vaccine from the DNA first.
Okay.
But this might explain where they got the DNA for the vaccine.
They look like sure they start bouncing faster when they saw her.
Yeah, well, Samus is, as revealed in Dread, she is part Metroid herself.
Yeah.
There's and these in the background are the different stages of Metroid evolution as it grows older.
Wow.
And there's even more up here. Huh?
Wait, what happened?
Someone's shooting.
Oh, of course, I'm sure. So did you get up there and there's...
Fire alert. This sector will soon be locked.
It's not even going after me. It's just trying to kill the Metroids.
Oh, that makes sense.
To
So the detachment of the restricted laboratory... No wonder... Betrayed. Ow.
And Samus is, and the SIX is being killed by the Metroids. No, Samus, jump!
She is jumping, she's just also getting hit by Metroids and falling. The two are not mutually exclusive. Bye-bye.
It exploded.
It exploded. No. No wonder Adam was freaked out. As much as a computer can be.
I think I'm in trouble. Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. I was trying to leave the sector. It's not my fault I had to go through a secret lab. You may have to pay the price for that quite soon. As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program.
Oh yeah.
For peaceful applications only, of course. Please understand.
No, I don't understand
But
that.
perhaps you already knew this program's existence? Certainly you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1. SRX, a faithful replica of the SR388 ecosystem.
Fair.
And the vaccine. Ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids.
Oh dear.
This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth.
This is Project Freelance.
Imagine creating an Omega Metroid from a larva Metroid in days. But that research is finished. The X had smelled out its natural enemy, and one of the one of the SAX is on its way here.
Oh dear.
One? Are you saying there are more than one SAX?
Oh, that's Samus, okay.
Yeah, don't be surprised, Samus. You know that the X reproduced by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are now no fewer than 10 SAX aboard the station.
Okay.
So, yeah, we have 10 super ultra creepy stalkers that are wandering around trying to kill us. Which does explain how it's been able to be in so many locations at once.
That's true, but there hasn't been any more mention of this. Did this happen recently, or has
I'm assuming it's slowly been building up over time, which would explain, actually, why the data room in Sector 2 was blocked by continued SAX activity. But then it still appeared in sectors like 5 and the other ones.
It also could explain why their methods have been so different. You know, like there's one that just went on the straight chase for you, but then there's another that set the trap, and then there's one that was doing casual patrols. Like,
yeah, there's so many. But Samus doesn't even know what to say to that. Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay too long, the SAX will destroy you.
Which one?
Stop only at the navigation room to uplink with me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now get going.
Okay, you know what that means? Retreat!
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Samus kind of got chewed out a little bit.
Yeah.
The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer. Okay, but now we're back to Sector 1, which, you know, makes sense if it's where they want to breed the Metroids. But let's see how far away I am. Oh yeah, I have quite a ways to go to get back out. And I think I'm going to skip looking around for too many other items and just try and get to the end. Just so that way we can see see everything. Oh, there it is.
This music got, like, epic here.
Yep. Oh no, acid. Oh, I haven't seen these things since the start of the game. Wasn't that one of the 64 things wrong? It's like enemies that haven't appeared since the start of the game.
Probably. Now, here's the thing. Was it from one of the Zelda games, or was it from one of the Mario ones?
I cannot remember.
I can't even. Let's go watch those guys. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but yes. Samus disobeyed orders and went to investigate Metroid or the secret area and ended up destroying all the Metroids over there. Oh, secret door.
Well, can we just say,
Nope, screw attack.
They said, oh, you know, we're exploring, Metroid breeding program for peaceful applications only, of course. I'm like, well, that's what you say. Is that actually going to be what's happening? I guess it's probably not.
It is hard to tell, because Samus did bring the Metroid baby that she found in Super Metroid to a research station, with the idea being that they could study it and figure out its method of limitless energy to better help the galaxy.
Yeah.
But then Ridley invaded and all that jazz.
Problems happen?
Yes.
I mean, look, I get it. Like, they probably had planned for the peaceful. They probably had planned for the peaceful application of time, but it's so easy for something like that to get corrupted.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I think that was even the plan of I think that was actually the plan of one of the more recent Godzilla movies. You know, you have somebody who actually wants to use in that one. What was that? I think it was the Godzilla King of the Monsters. And I say this as somebody who has not seen the movie but has read about the movie. Piccolo movies are very interesting. It's kind of cool to see how they've grown and changed over the years. But I think in this one, what was interesting was that they had, if I remember correctly, they had changed. Like Godzilla did seem to run on like nuclear energy, but the Titans themselves often also brought about like very rapid regrowth of the natural environment. You know, it was a lot easier for like, plants to grow faster, and toxins would get cleared out, and you know, like ecosystems would flourish in their presence. So between that and that was actually, I think, one of the signs that many of these creatures were at least were capable of benevolence.
Unlike this guy.
Ah, God. Very good. But there were people who saw that potential and thought it would be a wonderful way to eliminate.
Get off me!
Oh God. That'd be a wonderful way to eliminate some of the more negative effects of human contamination of the world. But that led them to, in that method, they led them to defrosting and releasing King Ghidorah.
Okay.
Which I don't think they realized that he was like actively an alien and did not care about the human environment, only wanted to switch things to his liking. And they were just like, well, damn.
Yeah. Also, this is where Ridley grabbing you comes from. I'm pretty sure it's this game.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Get off!
Listen to this retro music, that's so cool. Like you, as someone who's personally heard the original,
You can kind of...
you can hear, like, or not the original, like the newer versions of this, like from Brawl
and Prime.
and Prime.
You can hear the reoccurring elements. Guess what Ridley gives me?
Screw attack. Screw attack. Does whatever the screw attack does.
Yep. Now every enemy is a screw, and I am the screwdriver.
Congratulations.
For example, these invincible guys.
Yay.
I can now just literally just jump through everything.
Whee. So the Ghidorah thing was an example of something that originally had peaceful, or at the very least beneficial ideas that got twisted around.
Yeah.
Another example, and one that I know you're familiar with, is actually from the first Avengers movie, when they see the research that's being done on the Tesseract.
Yeah.
And at first it just seems, you know, like they're studying the energy signature and the applications of that. But what happens, that's phase 1. What happens when we discover phase 2? Phase 2 is that it's being used to make weapons. And
the reason is because, well, they've been invaded by aliens plenty of times recently.
That's true. That is true. It's understandable that they do that, but you also can understand why the heroes are kind of disgruntled upon hearing that news, because they have seen what happens when something like the Tesseract is used with more offensive, warlike purposes, especially...
Even if it's warlike defense.
Especially Captain America. He himself definitely have seen the destructive power of this stuff.
Yes, firsthand.
Yeah. I think as time goes on, they can kind of understand there's not exactly an easy answer to this, but it's actually, you have to admit, it's actually kind of a common thing. It's so easy for sometimes some of this new innovative stuff, utilizing a dangerous resource, gets corrupted. And
Yeah.
you could also argue that with Tony's arc reactor and that whole technology. I mean, he was so excited to use, like, you know, he came back and he wanted to look into it for for clean energy.
Mm-hmm.
He was thinking about the, I guess, humanitarian purposes. I mean, it kept him alive. Like, what else could electromagnets do for somebody with certain conditions? And he wanted to make clean energy and just move everything away from, like,
military application
yeah,
after
exactly.
almost getting killed by his own weapons.
And then what happened, even something that seems as,
Whee!
Whee!
I can walk lava now. Yes, but yeah.
But then what happens even in the first movie, the bad guy is able to copy, well, not so much he tries to copy, but he steals the primitive, the first iteration of that energy with all of its beneficiary, possibilities, and uses it to power his own Iron Man suit that he uses to try and take down Tony and continue profiteering off of war.
Mm-hmm.
He had all of these. He had like the same amount of like, weapons and applications as Tony's did. I mean, if he could have done serious damage with that thing.
Yeah. Yep, and this is just a way back to Sector 3 for future use.
Sacred Tunnel! Sacred Tunnel! Yes, I do feel somewhat obligated to say that whenever you go through this.
Silly.
I know.
Yeah. Actually, if you look at the map, the last time I was here, I hadn't even released the level 1 locks yet. You literally only go to Sector 1 once earlier in the game, and that's it.
So you can see, while these guys, were planning on using the Metroid stuff for peaceful applications, that probably was the case.
But
a little bit of luck, yes, but it's also something like that. It's like where you get the sense of why take the risk? Why engage in something like that when it's so easy for it to get turned on its head?
Yeah, I mean, that is actually the backstory of the Metroids in general. They weren't originally as big or as dangerous as they currently were in the first few games, but...
Didn't you say that the Chozo,
The Chozo created the modern Metroid as a way to try and combat the X, and then created Mother Brain to try and, control them and direct them to keep the X under control on the planet that the station is currently orbiting around.
Good.
However, Ridley,
right?
Ridley and the space pirates interfered and took over and corrupted Mother Brain, causing all the problems that happened in the first and third games. And when the Galactic Federation, after the first game where Samus goes and defeats Ridley, Mother Brain, and the Metroids, discovers that this planet is the homeworld of the Metroids, they send Samus to try and destroy them, which she does, but this then allows the X to go unaccounted for, basically, and just go crazy. Yep, and...
Oh, here we go.
Yep, final boss. Or way too final boss. Samus, we're done here. Leave the rest to the Federation. We should be preparing to evacuate the station.
But isn't anybody, not...
Are you joking? Do they know how dangerous the X are? How quickly they reproduce? The Federation has taken an interest in the X and SAX. They believe this life form has endless potential applications. This is ridiculous! The X are heartless abominations. What potential could they have? It's not necessary that you understand such matters. The Federation is coming now. You should just leave quietly. This is madness. They won't stand a chance here.
No, they won't.
The station will devour them. What could be worth the risk? Capturing the SAX, of course. Are you serious? Do they really think they can succeed? It will certainly be difficult. They don't expect your help.
Do they really expect that any of this will, go, the SAX has proven herself to be, at least with the Metroid, there's proven to at least have been some good coming from that, considering they were able to produce the vaccine to cure against X problems, but it's what has the XAS done but been a problem? What on earth do they think can happen here?
Yeah, now listen, this is important. They knew you would try to destroy the SAX. That's why they stopped sending you support data. The plasma beam modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging the SAX. The you somehow restore that function on your own because of the X, so even more proof of their danger. They also tried to withhold the fusion missile upgrade because they didn't want you to grow too powerful. But they had already sent it, and you tracked it down. Bravo, Samus. They must cancel this mission. Open that channel at HQ. I won't let this happen. They are already on their way. Fools.
I'm sorry, Dave, but I can't do that.
As soon as the Federation ship lands, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of their occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and then they'll spread across the universe. Galactic civilization will end. The X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly, but they cannot copy the soul. They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. They're a plague, and the Federation underestimates their threat. The X must not leave here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. This station has a self-destruct mechanism. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. I must send them to oblivion. Then, the station and myself. Them, the station, and myself, if I have to.
Oh, dear God.
But I can't, if the computer won't let me out of the room.
Well, that's rude. Adam. We talked about this.
Open the door! Open the hatch! I have been ordered to confine you until the ship arrives. Don't let them do this. Can't you see what will happen, Adam? Adam?
Yeah.
Who is Adam?
Okay. Computer's
A
having,
friend of mine.
the computer's having an existential crisis.
What would this friend advise you to do now? You would know that the only way to end this is to start the self-destruct cycle. You'd know how important it is. Did this Adam care for you? Would he sit in a safe command room and order you to die? You would understand that some must live and some must die. And a later story revealed that Adam sacrificed himself to save Samus because there were Metroids that were immune to ice, meaning that they had no weaknesses. And he basically did what happened earlier with the Metroid section, where he detached it from the space station so it would self-destruct.
Mm-hmm.
He knew what it meant. He made that sacrifice once.
Oh.
So, he chose life for you, our fair warrior, Samus Aran. Your Adam gave his life so that you might keep yours. For the sake of the universe. How foolish. How dare you! How could you hope to understand, machine? You know that detonating the station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasites. Even through the station would be utterly destroyed. You would only succeed in removing the one obstacle to the galaxy's ruin, yourself. You would ignore this simple fact and choose death. When Adam decided who would live, he chose incorrectly.
Oh, that is mean.
If you were to alter the station's orbit, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization field of the self-destruct detonation. Huh? You would have to start the propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Samus, this is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's orbital path to intercept SR-388. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love that one.
Then return to your ship and escape. Move quickly and stay alive. That's an order. Any objections, lady? Guess who the computer actually is a mental copy of?
Adam. Well,
Dave,
it kind of has to be, right?
It explains it at the very end, but if I remember correctly, the computer is basically a mental copy of Adam before his final mission. At least that's what I remember. I'm hoping I'm remembering that right, but yes.
What I have to admit that's a little interesting is that how did it just happen now? I mean, you've seen him kind of growing a little bit more like emotion in his dialogue, but even still, it wasn't until they had this soul-searching conversation.
I don't know. Maybe the computer was able. Maybe while they were talking, the computer was able to like look for the mental copy and sort of download and integrate it. But I don't know.
Maybe being called Adam had something to do with it.
Maybe. Yep, and listen to the music. It's kind of triumphant.
Yeah, look at that.
And now I have to head back up to the area where I originally got the missiles. All the way at the beginning of the game.
That's coming full circle if I ever heard it.
Oh, and I can actually now finally go into this room. And I get past this one singular X in the way.
Still little things in life, it really is.
Wait, no, that's the way. And then I'm not going to save because I want to be able to go back and potentially get all the items at some point. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure I'm going the right way. It has been a long time since I've come this way. Boom. And you know how most of the enemies have been fought with missiles?
Yes.
It's time for the one boss that cannot be defeated with missiles. Also creates a suspended point. That way I can restart the boss fight.
Alright, good luck.
Look, that way's now sealed. Guess who?
Hey, how's it going there?
And now my plasma beam does actually hurt this stupid thing.
Yeah. You know what else hurts? Her bouncing on your head.
Yes.
Bye.
At least I can't be frozen by her stupid beam anymore.
The little things in life. Somehow this has become my motto for this stream. I have no idea why. It just does. There. Well, this is just one about what, at least 10?
Yeah. Oh, is it done? Okay.
No,
oh god!
Oh my god. Okay, stop, don't do that. She just went Medora on you. She just went full on Medora at you. Oh my god, she's even got the heart-shaped body and the, Okay, there we go. Progress is being made.
Oh, ice beam!
Ooh, yay.
Ow. Oh. Look how close to death I am.
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh, hey, come back here! Oh, that's such a chip. It's okay, there's a recharge. Oh, I can't go in the recharge room, can I?
Oh no.
Nope, I need to get to the end with 51 health.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination, planet SR-388.
Yeah!
Propulsion sequence activated.
Charge!
Planet
And as with most 2D Metroids, it ends with everything literally about to explode.
Including, in this case, an entire planet.
Oh, this is at least the third time that's happened.
Yeah, so that's how. Well, come on, that's the point. That's
Yeah,
not.
fair.
That's what you just said.
Okay, fair.
It's not a contradiction. That is literally what happened here. It's like as with the Metroid, at the end of Metroid, yes.
Oh, I couldn't actually. Actually, I'm gonna go back because I think I can go to the recharge room. So I'm just gonna go in there real quick.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a lovely thing.
I don't think that'll interfere with anything. Because they usually do give you enough time. But the save rooms are definitely off now. For, you know, obvious reasons.
Aren't they still playing the Versus Ridley music right now?
I don't think so.
I think they may be, actually. Or it's at least okay, so let me put it to you this way, it at least contains elements of the Ridley version music that I've been listening to.
Why is this destroyed?
You know the answer to that.
No, that stuff was uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh!
Who took your ship?
I don't think anyone took it. Or I know no one took it, but it managed to start itself. But why?
Does your ship have a self-preservation? Oh my god!
Metroid! Omega Metroid. I can't...
To destination.
I don't have an ice beam. I can't hurt it.
Oh no!
SIX?
Wait, don't you have an ice beam?
I have ice missiles, but they can't hurt it.
That's right. Thanks, you crazy.
It hates Metroids more than anything.
Oh, that's fair. Here, I'm gonna take this, thank you. Okay.
Okay, get it. She gave me back the ice beam.
Doesn't that hurt you?
Apparently not if it's absorbed from an X.
Alright, well, I guess that's nice.
See, that was a Metroid. That was actually not an X. That means that some of the Metroids had escaped from the facility, and that's why I was seeing those weird eggs everywhere. So the X were fighting the Metroids at the same time they were fighting me.
You were just along for the ride here.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! Look at that, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Indeed.
Ah.
That perfect military mind, the wisdom of Adam Malkovich continued to serve even after death. Until today, I had no idea that the minds of leaders and scientists were frequently uploaded to computers. My incredible reunion with Adam may have saved the universe.
Aww.
But how will the beings of the universe view our resolve? I doubt they will understand what we did, the danger we barely averted. They will hold tribunals and investigations. They will hold us responsible. Adam understood this, and he spoke to me in my anger. Do not worry. One of them will understand. One of them must. I have reflected upon his words, and I see the wisdom in them. We are all bound by our experiences. They are the limits of our consciousness. But in the end, the human soul will ever reach for the truth. This is what Adam taught me. Just one detail still bothers me. This ship can only be started manually. Yet before I faced the Omega Metroid, the ship moved on its own, guided by someone's hands. Is it possible, Adam?
Aww.
Lady, what's troubling you?
Aww.
You wonder how I started the ship? Just think about it. They lent me a hand.
Oh, wait for it. Wait for it.
Aw, the
Aww.
adorable little creatures helped start
Oh
the
my
ship.
god, that's right! Oh, I forgot about those little guys. Aww, they saved by an ostrich and blue monkeys. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Now we just need the final report screen to show how many items I found. But yeah, that is Metroid Fusion.
Oh, that was awesome. I can see why you would love exploring around that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I cannot tell you how stoked I was when I heard that they were making a sequel to Metroid Fusion in Metroid Dread almost 20 years after Fusion came out.
Wow.
Though from what I understand, it's because when they originally tried to make Dread, which actually has a brief reference in Metroid Prime 3, like it drops the game name in an observatory room.
What happens afterwards is that apparently they did not have the technology necessary to make the stalker enemies the way they wanted to. So they actually kind of had to put it on hold and scrap parts of it until later. So that was... Yeah, but hey, the game was widely acclaimed, and it had a lot of new things, like Samus is now able to counter melee attacks by enemies. She has a whole bunch of new abilities, including the ability to turn invisible. And despite her efforts in this game, though, the X make a return. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, I can try and put part of the story, but basically there was another race of Chozo that was more of a warrior race, and they wanted to take the Metroids for, like, military purposes. Mm-hmm. But when they went back to their planet and were trying to get ready, one of the crew had actually been replaced with an X, and they had to work to contain that outbreak. But by the time that they solved that issue, Samus had already destroyed all of the X. Oh, it was not 3 hours. This was at least 5.
Your rate for collecting items is... Very nice, honey. Very, very nice.
That was not on purpose.
Oh, that just makes it better. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. See you later, Samus.
Bye, Sam. Oh, look at her. She looks happy. Good for her. Wow. There we go.
Yeah, and now I have a little Metroid next to the profile. The only thing I have to do is go around and collect items, which apparently I missed 30 of. But then again, I didn't go exploring a lot of the sectors, so.
Well, I guess here we go. You can, if you want to explore a little bit of the sector. I guess we probably have some time to do that. Or you and I could end a little bit early tonight. Or do you want to do a bit of Smash?
Could do that, or I could start the Minish Cap to show you it and convince you to play it. Right.
It does look pretty fun. How about this? Because we're getting a little bit later in the evening, and I know there's still stuff you have to do. How about we do some Smash tonight? If you want to keep going, because that's something that we can stop at almost any time.
Good point.
Alright, so how about this? How about we stop this part here, because I have to pee. I'll get some water, people can, whoever's watching, take bathroom break. And then we can do a 2-parter stream like we did the other night.
Okay.
That way, if people just want to watch the Metroid, they can watch the Metroid. If people just want to watch the Smash, they can watch the Smash.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep, in that case, everyone, Fiancé will be gone in a minute. I'm just going to stop the stream and then immediately restart the stream, so that way we can do a quick Smash Bros. Stream. Feel free to jump right back in once we are done, and see you all in,